I think I got my lab work games out the way. And I kind of fucked around and I found out some stuff. Nah, they say, man, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out. And I fucked around a lot. Alright. You bear me 1 sec. What happened to EA servers? Are you just fucking up today? There we go. But a lot of key things that I need to teach you guys. One of the first things is pay attention to the personnel that you're dealing with, okay? It's very key because I'm about to teach you some stuff that you need to know. Now, we all can find broken plays, you know, that break logic is a video game, you know. And what happens with those broken plays, you know, every Madden's the same. This is online, everything gets updated. What happens is if you find something that's broken, it's going to get patched. Okay? So we don't want anything that we run to be patched and have to go with that. So it's important to make sure that you're matching up with personnel and so on and so forth. So, kind of teach you guys for 101. We'll just go random play real quick so I can get on the defensive side. I see the screens working so much better on this. They didn't work on current gen. They were ass. Alright. Play number 1. We're going to kind of start from the bottom and then work our way up. Okay? So, the first play everybody should have, for the most part, you should have a 6-2 and a 5-3 defense. Okay? And these are important to know because everything, like I said, is gap assignment. Okay, so if they come out in a goal line offense, your best bet is to come out in a 5-3 because you want to play every gap that they can penetrate. I know sometimes you might come out in a 6-2, but you know, if you don't pick the right play and slide the right way, you know, they might be able to get a power O run or a halfback split and, you know, or a goal line sneak. When you come out in a 5-3, that's going to prevent that because you're going to have 3 defensive tackles on the interior instead of 2. Okay, and then you're just basically, I mean, I think if I'm not mistaken, you got a couple of packages that you can work with. So you'll have 2 safeties and 1 corner if you go with the speed package, or you can have 2 linebackers, 2 safeties. Just trying to double check because for the most part it's 2 linebackers, 2 safeties. So this is going to be what you're going to be using against like straight goal line. Now, you're not going to have a lot of flashy plays, you know. So basically what I like to do is my original play is I want to make sure that I can cover the 5 possible routes. Okay, so your base play that can cover 5 possible routes is going to be goal line man because you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys playing man assignment. If you look at it, notice how they're not doing anything. They're just a white reticle. Then you're going to have the A gap, which is also 5 guys in man. So if they spread out or whatever, or run symmetric, you can run either one of those. What that is that's going to be better for like if they have like split backs or something, or if they're running 2 running backs to either side, that those guys on the outside can definitely get to those. And then let's see what else we got. 1, 2, 3. You got a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, 3. So gaps B and gaps A and B are 3. Then gaps all is 2. Then you have gaps all and gaps all linebackers. That's just something to kind of take note of. But it's not like the plays that you're going to have in here, or it's any specific play that you're going to use. For instance, I might play gaps all, and if they come out in any goal line, just go random goal line. You should be able to match all the gaps. Every gap's covered. The only thing that's going to be different if you're playing man and these guys aren't blitzing, they might freeze on like a play fake or whatever, like these 2 guys right here that are in man on the running back and the one on the tight end. But that's okay because if it's a play action and that guy's going on a route, he's going to be covered. Okay. Another thing, you're probably better off making sure anytime you run a man blitz, you run it flipped. Notice how if I run it stock, I'm going to have 2 guys not playing a run fit. Okay? So if I do it like this, the only guy that's not playing a run fit is the middle linebacker, really. But whatever. But always run it flipped, and then you can slide your line or whatever if you need to and kind of play with it a little bit. But that's what you're going to be running versus goal line. And they're not going to be able to run on you at all. It's really just kind of making sure that you guys understand gap assignment and just match up. Whatever he has on the field, you look at the other side of the field. I'm pretty much heavy just like he is. Everybody's down in the box. You're not going to get a lot of yards. Okay, so if you come across people that want to sit there and run goal line offenses, this is how you're going to counter it. Okay, now if it comes to a situation where they try to get cheesy, look at her. You're not going to run goal line offenses against this. Now, like I was saying, you don't necessarily need to have a specific play. Like you can use any play, just kind of adjust if necessary based off of, where you think you might be able to get through or however you want to focus a specific player on your defense. You might want to do it like that. Now, the other one that you're going to use is the 6-2. Now, when are you going to use the 6-2? Remember, we're doing this by personnel, and we're going up the scale. So this will be like your 12 personnel, 13 personnel. Really anything with 1 wide receiver. However, you can use it versus 2 wide receivers. As well, but you'll have to change your packages. But we'll just start off with like 13 and so on and so forth. So for I-form tight, that'll be 22. So let's see what I want to do here. Same thing, we'll just kind of run 60 base. And what we want is a formation with 1 wide receiver. So you got wing tight. Probably just start with wing tight and just go random play. Alright, notice how everything's matched up. Our corners, well, he's technically, I got him as a safety. So remember what I was telling you guys earlier, make sure you always flip your plays anytime you're running a man blitz, because in these situations it's important, because if you got guys in man coverage, you want them to match up with their significant other. Okay? You don't necessarily want a safety on a wide receiver, but I do use a corner at safety, so I can kind of get away with it sometimes. But that's just something that you guys need to kind of pay attention to. You want your safeties to be able to match up with the tight ends or whatever. As you see, I got a safety matched up with a tight end. I got a linebacker on a tight end, and your Mike linebacker on the running back. Okay, so that's pretty much match personnel one-on-one. Now, what I do like to do in this, I do like to spread that line. I want him to think that he can throw it down the middle. As you see, he's not going to do that. I'm not going to sit over there. He's not going to get big gains. Because main thing, guys, you just want to kind of focus on matching up with what's on the field. Okay, so just kind of run that. And you can make adjustments if necessary. Like you can take these D linemen and kind of get creative, right? You put them like in hook curls and stuff. Because as long as they're aligned right there, even though you put them in their assignment, you still have their run fits. Okay, so that's one of the key things. So if they pass the ball, they will play those adjustments. If they run the ball, they're going to play the run fit. And you can see right there, he's not going to get a lot of yards on the gain. And sometimes people will panic when they see you like that, and they'll just try to get rid of the ball fast. Okay, just remember, like I said, anytime you don't use, or even if you do use auto flip, if you play any type of cover zero, make sure you flip your play so that they align correctly, because auto flip doesn't recognize correctly. Okay, it's just something that you guys need to kind of pay attention to. Personally, I don't use auto flip. Okay, I just flip the play just based off of just pure knowledge. All right, so now we can also change this up. Now this one, I change it up based off of if they're, I catch them in situations where they're going to max protect or whatever. So, like if I'm going up against 13 personnel, usually sometimes there'd be like guns with like 12 personnel gun, like wing slot. And let's say they're trying to do like a play action. And you want to kind of make sure. So we got Jones on him. So usually you would want your best linebacker right here. But I got to manually sub him. So what you're going to do, you're going to spread that linebackers out. Spread that D-line out. And then look at her. It's going to get pressure real fast. I know I didn't play that right, but probably slide the D-line over there and pinch the linebackers. Try that. And then just try to take this slot. Look at there. Okay, so that's going to help you with your 12 personnel, or anytime you're dealing with people that come out of these gun wing and they try to run these little cheesy pass concepts where they got like angle routes coming out the backfield and corner post scissor route concepts on the other side of the field. This is not going to give them time for those route concepts to develop. That's really ultimately what you're just trying to do. Is just try to, make him throw it before everything develops. As you can see right there, boom, pressure gets in there. You're forcing him to throw it before he's ready. Okay, now, I know he caught that, but in a game that's not happening. Ain't no human about to make a throw like that. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Just try it one more time. Just kind of take the slot away. Look at her. All right, so you can use this versus 12, 13, and I want to say 20, 22. Anytime they got one wide receiver or whatever, and you can get away with it in formations like this where they got those two tight ends heavy on the line like that, where, you want to kind of force them to block them, because then it's so much easier when all you got to do is defend two routes out of this, and you're still +1 because it's cover zero blitz. He's not going to be able to pick everything up. He has 5, 6, 7, 8 possible blockers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys in the box. So you're always going to be +1 when you match up your personnel correctly. Okay, so that's just what you guys need to start emphasizing on how you play defense. So now let's kind of go up the ladder a little bit and show you some other defenses. All right, so we went over 6-2 and 5-3. The next one is you're going to have your specialty package. You know, some teams it's going to be a 4-6, some teams it's going to be a 5-2, some teams it's going to be the 4-4 split. Well, if you're running the live playbook that I use, is going to be the 4-3-6-1 even. Now, you're asking me, when should you be running this? This is pretty much just the same way as you would consider versus 12 personnel. This will be your alternate 12 personnel defense, okay? So if they're running single back, you can use this, and we can kind of start with the Sam Will blitz, you know, and then just the benefit of this is you do have modified coverages. You do have the cover 3 and the cover 4 and the cover 3 buzz that you can use as well. But you definitely have the symmetrics that you need to defend, like the single back ace, and formations like that, the 12 personnels, the deuce close, the wing stack. A lot of the single back formations you can defend with this, except the wing tight. Remember, wing tight, we're going to use the 6-2 defense. Wing pair, you might want to use the 6-2 defense. But we're going to kind of go up against the deuce close. Just kind of show you guys. Everything matches up. That's the main thing that you want to do. We got the seams with the safeties, and you want to make sure that you have more guys on the line than he has blocking. He has 7 on the line blocking. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're basically even, but I could opt to bring something else down if I need to. This is basically symmetric versus pass. As you can see, we're kind of forced to get rid of it quicker than he wants to. I could probably actually check run fits first. 1, 2. So the safety's not in the run fit. So what I could do is you can modify your coverages a little bit based off of what you think might be getting hit. So I could probably go quarter, and then just let him have that. Let's see. I could press him. Let's see if I can scream off the outside. Yeah, just like that. So just kind of slow it down. I put 2 quarters on the safeties. As you can see, they matched up, and they played bracket on the deep post. I could possibly, if I wanted to, instead of sending that blitz, I could have played down if I wanted to. Kind of slow it down, just kind of quarter, and then just press that outside, and then I can just kind of sit over here and play like a cloud. That's pretty much what I want to do. So I could play down low and then bail to that, or maybe I may need to play bail first and then low. Let's see. Or I can change how I want to do things, right? So if I know that's what he wants to do, I can blitz that linebacker and then man up the linebacker on the other side, keep the 2 quarters over the top, and I can play that cloud. So let's do it this way. So he's going to man him up, and then I can sit over there like that. And as you see right there, that's just some of the stuff that I'll do when I start seeing somebody making, you know, like they go through one play too many times, and I feel like, you know, that I feel like you're not going to keep doing that against me. That's what I do. You know, I make adjustments to something, and I should still try to emphasize making sure that I have pressure on my opponent. Like I'll sit over here. The linebacker kind of got caught up that time. And if I feel like, okay, my linebacker is going to get caught up, I might user him. Like I might put him like in a hard flat or something, and then just keep those 2 quarters. See, I could play that and just sit over there. Look at there. Just slow that one down. That was actually a good pressure right there. Let's see what we did. So what I did different is I bluffed with my user and it forced him to block me, and then I bailed off of him, and then it messed his running back up. It got Crosby free. So let's do that again. Let's see if that setup's going to work consistently. Now he's in the zone, so. Alright, so we're going to basically just sit him on a hard flat. He's going to be in a blitz assignment, but we're going to bail off. Going to hit him, bail, take that crosser right there. Now, I could just cross-man it, put him in a deep half and him in a third on the backside, and then put the hard flat over there like that, and then blitz the linebacker. I could do that. Pretend like I'm coming in, bail, and we're sitting right there waiting on it. Okay. So there's just some things that you can do. Okay. So it's probably not going to be as effective pressure-wise versus this deuce close. I probably would use this if he had two tight ends on one side, not symmetric. So if it's symmetric, I might stay with the 6-2 defense because I know he's got 7 guys on the line. You need to make sure that you got 8 guys in the box, you know, and the 6-2 is automatically going to put me 8 in the box. So it's always just kind of count how many guys versus how many guys. Remember, you want to be symmetric in alignment and make sure that you have guys that can cover the guy that they're defending. You know, I know I've been fucking around a lot and using, you know, goal line versus everything, but I just wanted to see, you know, because there's always going to be video game logic that can be game breaking. So if you need a play to get back in the game, you can always be like, okay, I can use this in this situation. I know it'll work, you know. But don't spam it because, you know, it might work for you in the first half, second half. You know, you might get cooked up. You know, people are going to make adjustments to you. So always keep that in mind. So I'm trying to figure out. I probably would use this in situations where I can get a blindside hit. So if it's 12 personnel, I don't think necessarily. Let's see what I could do. See, if it was like this, it may be 13 personnel maybe. Or 12 personnel with a flex. You could probably get like a wing or a 12 personnel flex. So then we're going to try this versus wing. Okay. So wing looks a little bit better for us. Always try to consider not just the guys that he has blocking, but kind of consider everything as a whole. Now, he's going to have pretty much everything's going to be, you know, to this side, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he has 4 guys blocking. You never count the center in the cat count, 1, 2, 3, 4, versus 5 guys that I have in the box. And then to this side, he has 2, and I have 3 guys over there in the box, okay? So you can use it in 12 personnel. You know you have the run fits, and usually when I know I have the run fits, I'll get on the outside receiver, and then I'll just hold the defensive assist. And I got to make sure I sub a guy in because I don't think what's his name is going to cut it out for me right there. Let's put Tillery and what's his name in because I need my guys to make plays. So right here, I think Bilal Nichols would probably be the better option on the inside, to be honest. But I'm going to put Tillery right there. I'm probably not even going to go Tillery and Billings. This is a traditional 4-3. You don't need no one tech. Let's just try this again. Go random wing. Alright, so if the run's to the left, he's responsible for that B gap. If the run's to the right, he's got to swing all the way around. So what I could do is I could slide him right there. since I know he's going to be responsible for that B gap, and he's going to be responsible out there. And then if the run is to the middle, he's going to shoot that gap right there. Okay. So always kind of pay attention. All right, so now they gave me a new wing formation. Always just check your run fit. See, anytime it's a man blitz, always flip your play. Never run it stop. Always flip it, especially if the trips is over there to the right. Flip it. Look at her. I use auto flip off. See, you don't want anybody cross manning. See, when you flip the play, notice how the two guys on the right, they slide it in instead of. See, what I see a lot of people doing wrong is, you know, they go up against these three tight end sets and they don't want to get their line spread out because sometimes their line will get glitched out and they'll start sliding their entire line over. And what that does is it basically makes it easier for them to run stretch runs, you know, because they're so worried about their guys getting moved out of alignment. But your guys are going to align based off of the formation that you're going up against. So it's always, instead of doing that, sometimes, like I said, if you're in a man blitz, just flip the play that way that they don't go so far inside, you know, that you're going to give up on like stretch runs and stuff. See how you play that. You play solid run defense if you listen to me. All right. All right. So we know we can. Sorry, eating. So we done climbed up the ladder. We went from 5-3, 6-2 for your symmetric offenses. And you can use the 4-3-6-1 for your non-symmetrics. All right. Now we got to go up the ladder again. Okay, so now we're going to go to the 3-4. Now you have the bear, the cub, then the odd. Okay, you're going to have to look at the odd the same way that we did the 5-3, because you're going to have a centerpiece. Okay, so if they're running a lot inside, you're going to use the odd formation so that those linebackers can shoot those B gaps. If they're trying to get outside, then you need to run the bear or the cub. Okay, bear is going to be like if they got an extra blocker because that safety is going to be dropped down. But the cub, you know, if not, they have the same run fits with the linebackers and the D-line. The only thing that switches is the position of your safeties. Okay, it's just something that you guys might want to take note of. All right, so we'll start with the 3-4 odd. And let's say, what would I use 3-4 odd against? Remember, same thing. If they want to come out, let's say they come out in a deuce, right? So I know in a 3-4 odd, I'm going to have 7 guys. It's the same thing, but it's the only thing is going to be, it's going to be for symmetrics. So let's say I'm dealing with a zone weaker. So I'll probably just show blitz. And I might spread the line out. As you see right there, you can kind of close those run fits up real quick. So just spread the line. Usually spread the line, pinch the linebackers. Look at her. Ah! Never pinch your line. I do not pinch my D-line because, for one, I use edge rushers in this position. I don't use big guys. I use guys that can rush. So I'd never pinch them in because I don't want them to get double teamed. And I want to make it hard, and I want that centerpiece to be a factor in the game. I know he's not high rated overall, but he's got a good enough block shed where, you know, if someone tries to cut back to him, he can make a play while being engaged. Okay, so always spread your D line in the 3-4 odd, and then pinch your linebackers. That way you can get those block sheds that you need. Especially if you run the 3-4 odd like I do. Like I said, I use edge rushers on the insides instead of big guys that just kind of hold double teams. I was like, nah, I ain't got time for that. And that time I got fucked up. Eventually you will, right? Nothing's perfect. You always check your run fits. So that safety's responsible for that outside. So I spread the line. So he's responsible for the outside run. So because I know this, that means that safety right here, he's responsible for the running back to the inside. Look at that. That's why you got to get your lab work in. Learn how defenses work so that you know. Spread the line and pinch the linebacker. I know this safety is going to play the run fit behind the linebacker. So you can play run defense from cover zero. Just kind of pay attention. Let's see. He's not going to really get a lot of yards. He's going to get hit. All right, so that's just basically, you know, try to teach everything from a cover zero standpoint that you guys can understand when you need to use it, what type of formations you could use it against, so that you aren't in those situations where you're just spamming one play over and over and over and over again. Like I seen, like even on current gen, I've seen so many games where people would run 3-4 odd, cover 3-4, 3-4 odd, cover 4 drop the whole fucking game, regardless of what you came out in. And it was boring because, you know, for one, they didn't have their team set up to even run that, because they would have their edge rushers playing those curl flats. You know, edge rushers don't need to be playing in coverage. I don't care what you are. You know, like, I'll tell you what you're not going to do. All right, so let's kind of go up the ladder again. We'll go to the bear and then the cub, okay? So same thing, we'll just kind of start with the cover zeros and then just work our way. Now, the bear is probably going to be a little bit better for, like, these deuce sets, I believe. Now, remember, cover zeros, you always got to flip them so that they align correctly. Everybody mans up where they're supposed to man up. You always check your run fits. Now, in this bear, that safety on the top plays a run fit. You don't see that too much. Okay? So always check your guys that are in run fit. So we have, he's not technically in a run fit, but he is down on the box, so he will take a block on. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our 8th guy is right here. So we have 8 guys run fits in the bear defense. And you're not going to be able to do nothing out of that deuce close. So remember, just always flip it if you're running man coverage. You know, this safety is going to be responsible. Now, I might press a receiver if I feel like he's a threat. I know I'm responsible for that tight end. And this safety can cover a tight end very easily. You just don't want to match your safeties up with receivers too much. However, the safety that I'm using has 96 jump and he has a DB, so just in case I do have to match him up with a receiver, you know, I should be okay. Again, just me re-emphasizing to flip your play when you run man coverage so you don't have situations like this where you got guys cross man. You know, you want to make sure everybody's aligned correctly. And then just kind of run with it. He takes on the block. I didn't hit turbo, so that's my fault. Cover zero is not very good versus stretch anyway, so it's not that I would suggest that you guys do that. So if you're playing someone that runs a lot of stretch, you obviously want that play like a cover 2 or something. But as you can see, the run fits, you know, they're pretty much there. Just kind of get the lab work out the way. Now, if I wanted to, I could emphasize like sliding line protections and whatever. Got another safety, close the run fit, boom, boom, boom. And Eckler's tough. But we're still making plays, you know, and that's ultimately what you want to be able to do. So we're climbing up the ladder again, and this time we're going to play the Cub defense, okay? So this is going to be 7 in the box, but the safety's not going to be playing down. So if you're dealing with a situation where people like to pass a lot under center or whatever, and you know that safety, they're not using that extra tight end as a block, then you can use this formation so that you can defend that tight end to the out. Remember, even if it looks right, usually it's not right. If you're playing cover 0 or any type of man defense, flip your play. Okay, notice how the alignment on the tight ends changed a little bit in the linebacker positioning. Okay, so just always make sure that you pay attention to that. Always check your run fits too. So the most important run fit is going to be both of these safeties. Both of these safeties are playing run fits. So whichever side you feel like they're going to, or whichever safety you feel like you can use, usually you want to use the worst safety of the two, rating-wise, because you're going to be responsible for his run fit. So if it's a run to the left, I'm taking the outside. If it's a run to the right, I'm coming as a contained defender on the inside. Or I can just come in there and just turbo blitz it. Kind of do it again. Just make sure you flip your play. You can opt to just individually press those outside receivers and check your run fits. It means I'm responsible for the gap inside the tight end of the tackle. And there we go. Get that pressure on them, make them throw a bad throw. Okay, so it's just kind of teaching you guys, and you know what's funny, and I say this often, not because I like to hear myself talk, but there was this guy that told me that everything that I do on current gen is not going to work on next gen. But you can see I'm showing you that it works. Stop listening to these people, man. People that are privileged in this world, they're the ones that don't know what they're talking about. I'm here trying to help you guys. All right. So that pretty much covers all your 3-4. We went over the 4-3. Then you're going to have your non-symmetrics, okay? Non-symmetrics are going to be your big nickels, which is going to be your next specialization. See, we went over the first specialization, which was the 4-3-6-1. Now we're going to go over the pass specialization, which is the big nickel over G, and how I would use this. Usually I like to use this versus trip sets, single back, okay? This is going to be your best. I don't even know if they got a trip single back, but if they did, I would definitely use this versus trips single back. You see that like in spread playbooks and stuff, but I don't think this playbook has one, and they don't have a trips pistol either. But that would pretty much be when you would use it. You could possibly use it against split backs. It'll be very good. So that'll be pretty much when you use big nickel. It's going to be trip, single back, split backs, and I'm trying to remember, what was the other formation? Trip, single back, split back. What else do I use this against? I think that's it. Trips, single back, and split back formations. Okay. Show you guys how to do this. Now, when you're running this, remember what I say. Anytime you run a cover 0, it needs to be flipped. Okay. So we'll go ahead and handle that real quick. And the reason why is because This guy's going to be confused because the guy he thinks is manned up on him isn't. And usually there's a tail on the running backs. Okay? Running back is 30, so he's probably not going to get a counter to the left, you know, especially if there's a guy manned up on him on this side. So if he runs a little out route, I got a cornerback covering him on the out route. He's got 5 guys blocking, possibly 6. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I got the safety coming in as 7. So I'm at +1. I'm at the advantage there. If I want, only thing I hate about this is sometimes your corners play a little bit off coverage. So if you want, you can individually just press the outside and user the other one and run it like that. So I just run it against random plays. As you can see, he's not really going to have a lot of room to wiggle if he tries to run it. Okay, so do it again. Make sure you flip the play. And like I said, I like to bring the safety down just in case he tries to run like a little halfback route. As you see right there, covered. So that's pretty much the only formation you can use it again. Like I said, once again, big nickel is your specialty pass defense. Okay, so like I said, it's going to be trip single back, or it's going to be situations where you deal with split backs. All right, you could use it in other situations, but I wouldn't necessarily say, hey, you know, that's going to be the best idea. It's not. Okay, it's a 3 safety defense, and you start using that shit against people that find a way to get 4 wide receivers, you're going to get picked on somewhere, some way, somehow. Okay, I'm trying to teach you guys how to match up your personnel so that you guys don't get exposed in situations. Okay, but again, just kind of press him down, bring him outside where he's in a run fit, even though it doesn't look like he is. Okay. Gotta play them. I know they'll get the little quick passes, but they're not going to get big plays, you know. And that's ultimately what you want to make sure that you're doing. Like I said, I'm just trying to show you from cover 0 so that you guys know what you need to be calling in certain situations. So if you need to change anything, you know, coverage-wise, you know that you're going to be safe because you're going to have the alignments for the run fits. Okay. All right. So that covers the big nickel specialty. Now we can go over. Again, the same situations. Remember how we went over the 5-3 and the 3-4 odd? The next thing we're going to have is a centerpiece defense is going to be the 3-3 cub in the 3-3 odd. Okay. Now, one thing that's different that I will say, let me see. I feel like the 3-3 Cub uses 4 defensive ends, or 1 defensive tackle and 3 defensive ends. I don't know because I set my depth chart up weird where I got like linebackers and shit. So it's going to be weird, but not weird. But again, like I said, you kind of want to operate out of cover 0 and then just kind of go from there. So we're going to flip it. I'll show you when should you be running 3-3. Okay, this is going to be a situation where, again, this is a single back defense. Okay, if they have, let's say they're running a lot of RPOs. Okay, so if you have a situation, I'm trying to find an offense that would have an RPO. I don't even know if this one got one. But I would definitely use this versus like a wing flex or something, or a wing tight, where I know they would have an RPO, and I guess this one, particular one doesn't have it, but that's okay. I'm trying to figure out if I got like a strong slot maybe, or a pistol. Okay, we could use it against pistol wing slot. Okay, so we're just going to kind of check our run fits. We did flip the play, so we know all of those situations are boxed up. He's not going to have too many places he can run. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8 guys in run fits. He's got 7 guys blocking. So I know I'm safe there. That means I can pretty much cover the RPO option. He's not going to throw it because I'm going to be on him. He's not going to get a lot of yards for real. So now if I know if he's just going to keep running that, we can obviously make changes. Because I know he's not going to throw it. You're not really going to be able to go too many places. But personally, I would use this versus like single back. The only thing that's kind of becoming an issue is he's got 2 tight ends right there instead of 1. So it's a little difficult for me to get in like I want to. But if let's say if he motioned one of those tight ends out, then this would be okay to use. But and ultimately, like I said, it needs to be like a single back. Do not use 3-3 if they're not in single back. I see too many people use it versus like shotgun and stuff. And usually you're not going to have super fast guys on that line. You're just going to have big, bulky guys that are good at power rushing. And if that quarterback's not near the snap count, then, you know, those guys aren't going to be as effective as you want them to be. So it's just kind of something that you need to kind of take with a grain of salt and just kind of be like, okay, you know, just don't spam it. Because, for one, it doesn't have a lot of plays that you can work with, you know. You got basic plays. You got cover 4, cover 2, cover 3, and then couple zone blitzes for RPOs, and that's pretty much it. Okay, you're not going to confuse anybody running that shit. People are going to know what your defense is. You know, don't spam it. Your 2-4 is probably going to be your best. Like between your 2-4 and your 2-4 double mug. Those are going to be your base plays, really, if you're ever in a nickel situation. Sometimes I run the 3-3 odd. I know last year I was running the 3-3 odd. It had some very good blitz packages in it. I'm not sure. I haven't ran it on next gen yet. But I know it has some good blitz packages that you can kind of throw in there. And I do know that the blitzes come in a lot better on this gen as opposed to last gen. Last gen had the nano detection and like random shit that shouldn't have been getting picked up was getting picked up, you know. But this one you can definitely get those like outside corner blitzes and stuff. Haven't really found a solid, firm statement that I can be like, hey, such and such formation, you're going to use this. You know, I haven't necessarily found that. But you're definitely not going to be able to use it if they're, you know, got 2 tight ends. I know that. That could probably be like in a gun empty, maybe. You could probably get by with like a split back. All right. I think the only thing I would do, I gotta get used to that because I'm so used to like going R1 instead of triangle. See, this one is you hit triangle to swap, but you're gonna put your Sam linebacker right there. Or whoever you want to use as a Sam line. You got to be able to play coverage too. Let me see. I like to use Kaiser right there. So if I'm running this, remember, like I said, if I'm running any type of cover 0, always run it flip. Thinking. Just double check and make sure that's right. I think that's right. Yeah. Run fits to the right. going to be able to run on that. Like I said, we'll start with mastering these cover zeros, and then we'll start adjusting and adding, other coverages as necessary. Zone defenders drop to their zone midpoints. Read the routes of receivers to discern. I leave it on default, really. No, we'll fuck with match. Haven't used these coaching adjustments on next gen. I need to check mana line, cause I know that shit was broken on current. It's like you couldn't even run that shit right. Let me see. Let me come out in like a 3 wide receiver set, just call play. And then go mana line, let's see what we're looking like. Yeah, this shit's still broken. Cause it's supposed to, if it was played right, Diablo here would be the mid read. Vernon would be the vert hook. And he would be the vert hook over here. So that's broken. So we could go try to put him in the hook curl, reassign him a vert hook, and reassign him the mid read. So that's what you ultimately want if you're running a cover 2 mana line. That's what it's supposed to look like. But they don't, you know how Madden is, bro. Like they don't. It was working correctly a couple years ago. They had that shit and they just broke it. Because then you got to deal with people doing the stupid motions and it doesn't play right. And that's the match assignment. I actually like playing that. That was very good. So that was mana line cover 2 match. We went to a bracket coverage. Just kind of slow things down a little bit. Actually got a good pass rush by Crosby. So let's see. So now, okay, so I guess if you turn mana line on first, then it plays like it's supposed to. But you gotta flip it. Okay. Okay, so you can't mana line from the field. You have to mana line from the coaching adjustment. Oh, that cover 2 looks nice. That's what I've been trying to get. Let me test this with other formations, because that shit was not doing it like that on current gen. So let's go to our coaching adjustments. I already picked a player. Are you serious? It should be on mana line. So if I run mana line and then turn match coverage on, I think that would be probably the best thing to do. Everything's going to break to the ball. Let's test it with a couple of different coverages. Make sure it's doing exactly what I want it to do. So let's say if I'm in a 3-4 and I want to run a cover 2, let's say he runs a shock option. Perfect. That's exactly what I want my cover 2 to look like. That's exactly what I want it to look like. That way you can't attack those seams as easy. So I might turn mana line on, bro. I'm gonna suggest that. Only thing I need to see now is how the motions act. Because I don't have a second controller. I need to see, as the motions occur, I need to see who follows who and does their zone switch. Or would I have to realign twice? I know I used to have to do that a lot on current gens. Like every time I deal with a motion, I would have to double baseline if they crossed all the way over. Or no, if they did like a same field motion where they would motion, from the outside to the slot, I would have to double baseline. But if they motioned one receiver to the other side of the field, if it became non-symmetric, I would have to flip the play to realign. But that's just some defensive help for you guys. And like I said, I'm going to kind of play with this next phase of my lab sessions. Is I'm going to play with this man line, and I'm going to kind of keep the match coverage on my defense, because I do like to run match defense. I just have issues sometimes where people know what you're in. But I feel like if I can come out just in a drop shell defense and then just change it to match, you can really confuse people. You're going against the Falcons.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Go ahead and get everything situated. I might actually change this to...
And Mariota going to put it up right away.
He
rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one, because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Stidham. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams.
getting good with it, fellas. Lab sessions, bro, they mean a lot. I know I seem like I'm talking to myself, but I know what I'm talking about.
When that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got the off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it, and that's exactly what they did.
Stidham going to look to throw for it.
Ooh, got it up. Don't come out in that shit no more, bro. Find someone else to play with.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Takes it at the 7. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25.
Make sure I get these. Just right. This other one.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is. His first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I think notice his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good
start.
start.
Don't fuck around, you're going to find out.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're
I know how to play defense.
on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure.
Especially when I want to.
An expected passing situation.
I know I'll be labbing a lot, but...
Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. Working out of the gun. Mariota. Kadero Hodge has it complete. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Falcons.
Cornerback package.
52 yards. And the Falcons are back within a couple of the lead. Now the extra point. He's got it, so they take just the 1 here, and that makes it an 8-7 game in the 1st.
Falcons 7. Bradley Pinion sets the kickoff.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
That's a big-ass fucking kicker.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. With the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Stidham off play action. And this one's incomplete.
Well, again, being coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Off the play fake. Here's Stidham. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have a Raiders 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Play action. It's Stidham. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call when they were just trying to make sense. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Trying to run forward with Jacobs. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They go play action with Stidham. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A tight one, 8-7 our score. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 1st down, Stidham. He's going to let this go. Back in the end zone.
I tried to mock him.
This is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down.
He's gonna give me perfect accuracy, though, and not let me get that. Come on now.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the
I
time.
gotta do better, man.
That's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And now the 3rd down throw
Man, God, I
incomplete
gotta do
as well.
better.
I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out.
Do that at?
Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
They'll try and throw for it with Stidham. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as his defense went a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky.
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them. And really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ooh, he got pancaked. Parham fucked him up.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd
Parham fucked him up. You brought the wrong person in the box there, son.
After that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're
That
going
little
to
dude
go.
out of there, bro.
And he's in.
Parham fucked him up twice. Get out of that bullshit defense.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. Josh McDaniels has got faith in his offense, and he's going to have them go for 2. They'll try to run it with Jacobs, and he will get into the end zone.
Why would you beat box me, though? Why?
As the lead moves to 9. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7.
Avery Williams on the return. The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, so gun empty. Anytime you run, you gotta run flip.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense head at the line. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score.
Oh, Rock, you got to get that.
So they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that open. You just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need to score.
Darrell Patterson. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big pickup of 38.
Formation where I can get them lined up.
A first down throw for Mariota. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Mariota. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Mariota again. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Oh, beautiful.
Mariota to throw for it on 4th.
That's beautiful.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked
Copy the play.
And the Raiders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Stidham sets to throw on first. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Stidham on first down. Back to Renfro again, complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Second down, Stidham to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Stidham. Open man, that's Renfro. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final.
Fuck around, find out how good Renfro is.
And they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Stidham. It's intercepted at the goal
Try to get it back inside.
Up by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons are going to get the football.
I forgot they had
here as
Casey
the ball
Hayward.
will come out to the 20. That's back-to-back drives that have looked pretty good. The offense was moving the ball, but in both cases, the defense comes up with a big INT to get off the field.
How about the layers of intrigue that continue to get added as we watch this game unfold? Both offenses, they're a little bit discouraged with how their drives ended.
Come on, you gotta get that.
They can either mount another positive series that ends in points for their team. Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He's going to try and go deep again. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Mariota to throw.
Good deep.
And the Raiders have got him. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Make the defense as frustrating as possible.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the 2nd half is now underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Oh, that better blocking is OP.
And they're going to be set up beautifully.
Yeah, we in the zone.
Down inside the 40-yard.
Now we got acceleration.
Like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away.
It's like home field advantage is so fucking, it's bullshit, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not a fan of it, even though it helps you sometimes. It's, when you're not the home team, it hurts you.
They'll throw on 1st down with Stidham. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, that was a beautiful pass. Good free for him.
Inside the 15 before they drop it. First target.
That was a nice free for him pass. I'm deadly with that shit.
This to Jacobs on the toss right. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Counter play with Jacobs. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
In motion, the tight end. Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Raiders. So he had a nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got it.
Oh, never mind. What? I missed what you said. What happened?
And he carries it across the goal line.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
it's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
He's got the worst one. He don't have receiver icons. He's not gonna be able to pass the ball. He's gonna be lost. So sorry for you, bro. King Cap.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half score to get
I don't use QBC. I ain't got a quarterback worth doing that with.
But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Bam!
Get to Mariota here.
Nah, he ain't got no wide receiver. He can't call no hot routes for him right now. He's gonna have to make a big play, or that right there. That's pretty much what it, like. If you have that ability pop up and you get in the zone, bro, the game's pretty much over at that point. And it is tough to come back, especially when they have full momentum. It's hard to knock their momentum down. I've been noticing that. Like you could even put a drive together and score, and you can not knock them out of the zone. You have to make a big play, whether it be a defense. Like turnovers build your momentum fastest. That's one thing that I know. So you got to be very careful with the ball on offense. Try not to turn it over. But on defense, you definitely want to get those.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. Ready for football now on a sunny Florida afternoon, and we are underway from Miami.
That's how you get better, though, John.
Well, now how about this return? And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just
I just tell people, man, play with a team that you root for on Sundays, by the way. That fix all that.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Divine Diablo.
Not fast enough.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So a big defensive play there.
See how much momentum you get off of turnovers, bro. You can just build a game off of defense.
And I think that's
you can get in the zone real fast.
They want to be disruptive, and
you ain't got to worry about making too many mistakes because the buffs help. You really want to play for those buffs.
And now on the heels of the pick six, here's their offense on the field sooner than intended as they'll try to make it 8-0. They'll try to run it with Jacobs, and he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From the 10.
Shot on that receiver.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Tagovailoa trying again after the pick six. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's getting first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it.
Yeah, boy, that match defense is nice.
And we'll go the other way with the football. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Play fake. Here's Stidham.
Beautiful flat. Quick form. Let's go. Beautiful pass.
After a very nice gain. That's good for 28 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Here's Jacobs, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A touchdown run there from a yard out, and the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Josh McDaniels, he's got faith in his offense, and he's going to have him go for 2. In motion left, the tight end. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, this game over, bro.
This lead.
In the zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Tough.
From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And the timing of it off that time as that one falls to the ground.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect.
You're not getting 3-4 passes, my guy.
Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he's going to be tackled inside his 10-yard line. May hear a few words from his head coach on that decision. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Stidham's throw pulled in by Renfro. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. The catch and run good for 18 and a 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
2 seconds to go, 1st quarter. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now Stidham on 2nd down. The open man here, Renfro. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Now Stidham off play action. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd down, here's Stidham. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there. Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him. Stidham going for it on 4th. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. Ready. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fast.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Jason Sanders down for the extra point. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
They go play action with Stidham. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll try and throw for it with Stidham. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're going to get this to about
there you leave them at 1-on-1.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
And that's a big pickup on the first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Get off me, little boy.
And some room to maneuver. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they've looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
Now receiver in motion left. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores.
Hey, offensive PI!
But it winds up falling incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Let's go. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
52 blaster.
Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to let it go again. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. That bumps us up to a 3-possession game here, and only in the 2nd quarter, Charles. They're trying to put this game out of reach before we even hit the locker rooms for intermission.
What's even tougher is making up 3 possessions against a defense that can make impact plays like this. They don't have this game wrapped up quite yet, but 2 picks already, 1 to the house. I think it's fair to say they're headed in the right direction.
And he will get into the end zone.
One match personnel, you're going to keep giving me that same gap every time.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
No change. 7. That would be the 3 tech. It would be the 1.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Give him 12 yards there. The Dolphins have a first down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. 2 and now on first down. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not?
Cover for a drop with the match on. Oh, geez, that shit is fucking OP.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
Like that.
And that'll
Those soft spots.
Second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now
bullshit right there. Whatever. We won the game anyway. I don't give up 30 points.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
2 and now on first down. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. He'll get it inside the 20.
Some call blocking the back.
Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, 41 yards. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Thanks for kicking it, you know.
Fairly short kick from the 14.
Get off me.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Raiders take over the first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Stidham's throw complete to Hollins. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Second down, Stidham to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They go with Jacobs. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game. That punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. You know, some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call. He wants to take care of the ball himself.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. And incomplete on the deep ball. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Good hit.
That one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Okay, ready?
Tua on 4th down. Able to find Gesicki as tight end. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Tua setting up shop to throw again.
26 jump.
And it'll be intercepted.
Waiting for it.
And the Raiders will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on 1st down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now Stidham. Back to Renfro again, complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. And the slot man goes in motion left. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will see. Back now in Miami. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Adams the man in motion right. Now it's Stidham. Open man, that's Renfro. Past the 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Stidham to throw.
Good use of
This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football,
Fuck around and find out. You can't play man coverage on me, my guy. You're going to get mossed on this shit.
And you want to keep throwing the football?
We got to hold Devontae Adams over there.
Offensive line understands they're going to get it.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Stidham going to look to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So they go for the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half was pretty much a copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. On first down, Tagovailoa. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mike Gesicki on the pass from Tua Tagovailoa. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. It seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. The 4th quarter.
You onside, you give me a lot of momentum quick.
And
is it worth it?
I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time.
I tried to moss him.
I'm still waiting to see that number.
Try to moss him. You still want to play man coverage? You're going to give me that one-on-one, and I'm going to take it. You better get out of it.
Football here, obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them
almost fucking one hand moss your ass.
Scrimmage to try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by
Cut too long on that one.
And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Meanwhile, to his throw here, going to be caught by Wilson. This offense so far on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa.
Oh, good pick, Avery.
Another interception. Anthony Averett picks it, and the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored,
bro, this ain't no dink and dunk-a-thon, bro. You want to hit me, you better hit me deep.
Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Stidham's throw complete here to Waller. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now Stidham on first down.
Reform.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Mac Hollins, 27 yards. And the Raiders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Now they send the tight end in motion left. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he is not going to get to the goal line. And for the first time here this afternoon, they are thwarted on the 2-point conversion. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Highest scoring game, fellas, for the year on PS5.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to...
Hey, out of there, fellas. Oh, he ain't left.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Stidham's going to set up to throw this. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Once again, it's Jacobs. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. They'll try and throw for it with Stidham. He'll buy some time right.
I should have passed it outside.
Intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
Man, get better blocking, bro. Like, that game was just pretty much one-sided at that point.
By the
To be
offense,
honest.
too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football
Getting
here.
dominated out here.
Certainly was, and I think both
Sorry
sides
for the
compete
pick.
against each other all the time. You go at each other in
We're out
practice,
playing match
obviously your
zone.
training camps, your off-season.
He just
But on
played that
game day,
mid-read perfectly
you
for the
both want to
cut
show your
route.
best, and I think that's what we saw.
I like
from
that.
the
That's
offense
how I
and the
want my defense to
a
play.
complete team
So I'm
victory.
probably just going to keep match defense on. Look how that curl flat played down to that drag. That's exactly what I want my defense to do. Right there. Check down covered. Curl flat plays down to the drag. Mid read goes to the dig. That's exactly what you want out of your defense right there. So I might, like I said, I'm gonna just leave that match on. Look at this run, bro. Boom, get off me. Get off me, bro. Jacobs, bro, that counter run is a must-have, especially like if you got the toss and they want to play man coverage. They don't fuck around and find out. These power runs, trap runs, they're just gonna take you out of position, bro. Jacobs gonna have his way with the DB. Let's kind of go back and look and see what we got. So I think this was the cover 3 off the tip. Got another pick. He ended up getting me up the seam on this when I wasn't aligned correctly. Yeah. Like the game kind of was trying to help, but it just wasn't enough. Renfro, bro, I don't even want to trade him, bro. Like, this dude runs good routes. I can't lie, bro. I'm going to miss him if we do get rid of him, bro. Renfro just cooked that man, bro. That was his user, too. Like, he switched off of him. I don't know why. And Renfro just burnt his ass. Got a good gain on him. Yeah, this was bullshit right here. Probably should have just waited on it and hit Renfro. But he was going to come off. That post route was going to come. I probably could have hit that. I think Anthony Averett in the cover 2 with the match on. I like this because he's doing like a levels concept. So he's going to play the high to the inside. And as soon as the 1 goes in, he breaks on the 1 That's a cover 2 carry defense right there. Everything's going to carry over. The mid read's going to take the tight end vertical. He's not going to be able to hit that route. He's got blanket over there. He's not really going to have a lot of check downs. Even if he would have went for that second dig, I think Averett possibly could have jumped that ball as well. But that interception right there, bro, that's wild. I'm kind of glad they got the cover 2 carry back in the defense, bro, with the match on. Because we ain't seen the cover 2 carry since, what, Madden 17, I think, was the last time they had the cover 2 carry in the game. But that was it. That was a cover 2 carry defense. Look at that, just bolted his ass. I went I went levels left, slant flat, post, and then hit that vertical, because that post was going to hold that third. Reform it up the seam. Just wrecking them. That was that quarters defense. See, if he would have went to the check down. See, he kept spamming that same concept. So when the one comes inside, the quarter flat's going to play the one underneath. Outside quarter is going to take the number 2 vertical at that point. I'm supposed to be defending the number 3, but the number 3 is nowhere near me right now. If he probably would have went vertical with Hill, he probably would have got me. Because I wasn't paying attention to that, because he did cross underneath. And that safety was going to take the number 2. So if he would have stayed there, then the outside corner would have been responsible for that vertical. He would have been beat, but he wasn't looking over there for some odd reason. But sometimes, like I said, I like to go back and look so I know where my user needs to be. You know, I probably could have left that user as is, and he would have been fine, but still, I don't know how this got picked off. I tried to pass lead. I wanted to pass lead to the corner, some odd reason, and I pass led to the inside. That was my fault. But, you know, it's like I said, you just kind of go back and look and see what your mistakes are, because that's what's going to make you better. You know, it's not playing with the best team in the game, because at this point, you know, you can win with any team. I mean, you're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs. You're going to have your in-betweens. At the end of the day, you want consistency. If you don't understand what consistency is averaging better than what you're giving up. So you just go to your compare stats. You know, like I said, I'm like 30 games in, you know, 1-to-1 right now, but I can improve that. Once I get a good philosophy of what I need to do, I'm starting to see some things that I can, you know, kind of capitalize on, but I think we'll be all right. Like I said, I need to work on not giving up so many points off turnovers. So I know that is one issue that I have. But my passing has been getting better these last couple of games too. So the fact that I'm at 150 average passing against, that's good. I expect my average passing for to go up, you know, usually about 210, somewhere in that range. I'm averaging 70 rushing, and my run defense is stout, 35 against. I want to try to see if I can get that a little bit lower. I'm averaging 32 offensive plays versus 21 defensive plays. That's where you want to be. That's a good margin right there. You get a good average time of possession. That man is a clock chewer, and he just got smoked. Because you don't see nobody on current gen, you don't see nobody with these crazy ass average times of possessions. Because you have to run, you know, you have to establish control in next gen. Because if you don't, you're gonna throw some bad passes. Especially like if you first starting off, like I first started off, I fucked around, I found out, You know, so you're not going to be able to just come into the game and just be like, oh, I'm going to pass. You have to use the run game. You know, so you have to use it. It's going to help you. Even if your run doesn't get explosive plays, even if your run gets like tackled for a loss, even if you know you're still going to get tackled for a loss, still run the ball because you want to keep the defense honest. You know, always have those plays, you know, in the back of your playbook that you can kind of go to get a first down when you need one. But you want to kind of be like imposing your will, you know. Let them know, hey, I'm not afraid to do such and such. And I'm going to test you because I feel like, you know, all them times that I played on current gen, these like these people that just would run one play over and over and over until it works. You got to have that concept, like they're not going to play the perfect defense every time. So they might stop you one or two times. Are they going to stop you a third, or are you going to break it for a home run? You know, it's just, you know, kind of keeping that in your mindset. And like I said, if you get put in third down situation, you know, just make sure that you have that go-to play for those situations.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start.
Where you going?
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They go play action with Jackson.
Ain't no action Jackson going on over here, bro.
They'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. To throw is Jackson.
Ain't no action Jackson shit going on over here, bro.
Micah Kaiser able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there.
Alrighty, not going to be comfortable.
Making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. There's a nice move. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Las Vegas, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 43 yards yards rushing so far. This is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now. They got the ball to the outer third of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up, because sealing the edge is often a function of the offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes a tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner.
They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. First and goal from the 3.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Play action. It's Stidham. On the move to his left. And this is incomplete.
I don't see more than trying to
Come on, man.
out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. They go play action now. Stidham rolling to his right.
Oh, that was a beautiful pass. What a free form is deadly.
Mac Hollins from 3 yards out. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon.
Look at that. That's just dot city.
You know what that tells me? They saw their game plan really well. Head coach
Stidham to go this year. Next year he's going to be the enemy. So nice free form.
They're going to run this, we're going to stop it. And we're going to take the ball, they won't be able to keep up with us. They got it done.
Hey, man, you give me something like that, I can practice and lab, get the reps in, bro. I'm telling you, I'm going to be deadly with it. I was good with that shit on Madden 18, bro. Then they took it out again. Like, why the fuck do y'all do that? This man wanna fuck out, fuck around.
Set at the line for this next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of the game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Second and 4. They go play action now. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
Well, I'm trusting you, my guy.
Just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
To throw again on second down. Jackson.
Man, come on, bro. That's supposed to be a pick.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So here yards of 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Again, Jackson.
96 jump. Boom.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it here just past the 25.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football?
Fuck around and find out.
Make an educated guess defensively.
Thanks for baselining. Fucking thank you. Appreciate that.
You got a decent chance of coming
That was
away with
dumb.
the football.
Now I got 3 trips right.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. So after the run for no
Appreciate
gain,
it.
here's 2nd and 10.
Brings us 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Off the play fake. Here's Stidham. Throw left side, taken in by
Push him
Renfro.
down, Waller. I seen that.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Baseline again for me, please.
I really like the route, the drag, and being
Thank
able
you.
to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
Better
Love
against
when they
man,
do
because
exactly
now
what I
you're
want
running
them to.
away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
The Renfro route. Hit him with the China special.
bringing it in over the middle. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So much about
Baseline again for me, please.
hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it.
Bro, these
and then
people
they
are
can make
stupid.
a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that.
What
and
you got? I
keeping
got
them
4
from first
receivers
down.
on the right, bro, and you in a baseline. You fuck.
4th down, here's Stidham. He's got a man open. It's Hunter
Kill you with that
Renfro.
China special.
And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they manage
Baseline
to
again.
convert
I'm gonna kill you with that shit.
keep the drive alive. They only needed a few.
I'm gonna learn today. Yeah, we doing this with Stidham, bro. 62 overall. 61 overall, my bad. Get him, Stidham.
Still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They go play action with Stidham. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. Just a gain of a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, they were unable
I
to
was
make
thinking
anything
donkey to
really
death.
big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end
I
and
have
give
full
an easy
momentum right now.
completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Stidham.
China special.
He's got him again. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it.
Rob me with black.
And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it. It worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal. So it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
That is caught downfield. It's Waller. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there.
I'm killing this free-form passing, bro. This shit is nice.
Right there. If you get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Stidham. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. In motion left, the tight end. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is...
That's how you put a drive together.
Josh Jacobs in the final seconds of the first half.
Perfect block management.
Will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this
keep him off the pass commit, run commit.
They score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
That's caught, and he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here. Just
this is like, my last game was good, but this game so far we're flawless right now.
So still time for the kickoff
like
here.
Playing
1
flawless.
second to go in the half as this one is away. This one fielded at the 5. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Now Stidham off play action. They'll roll him out right. He gets this to Devontae Adams.
See you, Stidham.
Down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Counter play with Jacobs. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Now Stidham.
Who's Stidham throwing dots?
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 23. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. 85 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Yeah, get a lead, bro. That's all you got to do is run the ball. There's no need for me to try to force anything, throw some play actions in to keep them off the commit. I think we got it down pat, fellas. I think that's going to be the game plan. Run, play action, dink and dunks. That way I can get a rhythm built and established with my receivers and my quarterback. So when it comes time when I need them to make a big play, they can make a big play. That's pretty much going to be football 101.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we're set for a good
Round
AFC
2.
matchup between
Fight.
the Baltimore Ravens and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Get them, Stidham 2.0.
And off we go from Las Vegas. Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Throwing is Jackson. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. The pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, the killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching up yardage against them.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further.
Where he man's out.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
On any running play this call, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely
absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone.
Thanks for his digging me.
Probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Stidham. The left side throw complete to Adams. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
First carry of the game for Zamir White. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
But sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Stidham to throw. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game that will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Adams, the man in motion left. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now it's Stidham. Rolling to his left. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. Adams, the man in motion left. Running it with Jacobs. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
That's another Raiders first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
He'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here's Jacobs. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and goal at the 10-yard line.
Once again, it's Jacobs.
Oh, little boy.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Get out of that weak
nice
box.
little gain. 45 yards on the ground for him so far. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has the better leverage at the line?
And he's over the line and in for the Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Josh McDaniels, he's got faith in his offense, and he's going to have him go for 2. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And this play is not going to work. He stopped short of the goal line, and this will remain a 7-6 ball game. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. Fielded right around the 8. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline and watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Jackson steps away. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
That is definitely what we call a defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what?
And the Raiders have got him. So that complicates things a bit.
What you mean?
18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins finding space at the 40. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Jackson now. They set up the screen for Dobbins. They find some open field here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. He scored on the ground and through the air. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is up to 8.
Ravens 14, Raiders 6. Justin Tucker to kick off the ball.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Their catch made at the 21-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 1st and 10, it's Stidham. Back to Renfro again, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the start would come with under a minute to go in this first half. In motion comes the tight end left. On 1st down, Stidham. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution.
Thanks for baselining, by the way.
3 straight passes, 3 first downs.
Main thing I need you to do.
Almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Stidham's throw pulled in by Renfro. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And the tight end goes in motion left. Stidham going back to the air. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Come on, I mossed him.
Incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They go play action now. Stidham.
Good free form.
That is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfro as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you got to think. Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
Come on, man.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here rather than down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll see how this all plays out. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Rashad Bateman there, and now it's 2nd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one. It's set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went in at the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Second down, Jacobs once more. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now they go end around with Adams. Getting it in for the tackle, Marcus Williams.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Now they'll throw it with Stidham. And that's complete to Adams. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So in Raven territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 48-yard line.